tonight at Walt Disney World.
Yeah, Disney says it is retheming its famous Splash Mountain attraction to the Princess and the Frog theme. It's a change many have called for.
Disney says this has been in the works since last year. News 6's Amanda Castro spoke with an expert about this ride reimagined.
Instead of splashing down in the Briar Patch, parkgoers at Magic Kingdom and Disneyland in California will soon splash down in New Orleans. The theme park announcing it is revamping the water ride Splash Mountain, retheming it to the 2009 film The Princess and the Frog.
The times changed, and this is just part of staying current and staying with the current times.
Retired UCF professor and theme park expert Dr. Duncan Dixon says the park is updating the attraction that opened at Walt Disney World in 1992. Disney releasing this concept art today, telling us it started working on the project last summer. But the change also comes at a time when racial tensions are high.
It's time to move on, time to bring it up to date, and, bring it into something more reasonable.
Splash Mountain is based on the 1946 movie Song of the South, which has been criticized for its stereotypes of African Americans. Recent online petitions in the wake of George Floyd's death called on Disney to change the ride.
What was good and current in 1946 is not good and current in 2020. So, let's adapt it and change it and bring it up to date. And I think that's what Disney's doing.
Disney officials writing on their blog, quote, "The new concept is inclusive, one that all of our guests can connect with and be inspired by. And it speaks to the diversity of the millions of people who visit our parks each year. But we're not almost there. Disney not saying when construction will begin or when the new attraction will open. We're told the current Splash Mountain ride will be open when the Magic Kingdom reopens next month." Amanda Castro, Getting Results, News 6.
Breaking news out of Disneyland in California and Walt Disney World, Magic Kingdom, as they've just announced within this morning that they are taking out Splash Mountain, which is a classic ride that's been at the Disney parks for the past 20 or so years. But anyway, I'm just going to go into depth on my opinions on why this is a good change and get into a little bit of details on what these rides will be turning into from Splash Mountain. Anyway, so Splash Mountain was themed to a movie called The Song from the South, which is a very controversial movie and by far one of the most controversial movies Disney has ever created. And they tried to take the animals off from that show or movie and put them into a family-friendly attraction, and that opened up pretty controversial as well, just because it tied in with the movie and they were trying to get as much money off from the movie with the attraction. But anyway, for the times why it was controversial and for why it actually fits why they decided to change the attraction now is because this it was fairly racist towards African Americans and the changing of the South and all this stuff. I'm not going to go into too much detail about the movie just because I personally have not watched it, but I've read reviews and and everything that people have said, and not pretty good reviews when it comes down to racial stuff. And everything that's going on with in America specifically. I personally feel like this is a really good change for Disney to get, and also it gives them a pretty good chance on redoing an attraction that has brought a lot of controversial stuff, but they didn't know exactly when to pull the trigger. And I feel like this has also really sped up the process because there have been rumors about them changing it for a while. And I know there's a lot of Splash Mountain people that really love the ride. But honestly, when it comes down to it, I personally think, I'm going to go into details about it, but what the theme they chose is actually fairly decent. So the last couple years, they've been really focusing on Disney princesses with Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, with Snow White. They've done some stuff with Ariel, and now they're doing stuff with the Princess and the Frog. Forgive me, I haven't watched the movie in a while, and I forget her name. But anyway, it's based on a story of this young girl that wants to own a coffee shop, and the prince turned into a frog, kissed her. Anyway, but I'm gonna go into the basic theming of where these attractions are in Disneyland and in Magic Kingdom. So in Disneyland, from what I heard, it's like in between Critter Country and New Orleans Circle. And personally, I feel like that would be a really nice transition between the two, because of the fact of New Orleans is the city that it's based on, the movie's based on, so it has that transition from New Orleans to Critter Country instead of just being in your face, bam, Critter Country. And then I have been to the one at Magic Kingdom in Orlando, and honestly, I really don't know how they're going to be able to pull this one off, because it's in Magic Kingdom, it's in Frontierland, which is very deep. Splash Mountain's very deep in that section of land. It's basically right next to the roller coaster. I'm so sorry, I totally forgot the name of it. Anyway, the point is, it's very deep into Frontier Town land, and I don't know how they're going to be able to cross that over from New Orleans, which is to make it New Orleans-y, because the whole point of the movie was it was based in New Orleans and not in the Old West. So they're definitely going to have some trouble getting that, I feel like, but the overall theming and the process and stuff, at first I was kind of skeptical. I understand why they're doing it, but I was like, well, there is another attraction, but I do feel like this is actually going to be a lot better idea than what they did with Guardians of the Galaxy and Tower of Terror. Which I wasn't too fond of, because I love the Tower of Terror rides. I've been in the one at Disney Hollywood Studios down in Orlando. Did not get to ride the one, sadly, in California's Adventure in California, but honestly, being a fan of Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm pretty happy for what it looks like. It looks like a great ride. But Disney's able to transform rides pretty easily, and they do great doing them. So I really don't have a problem with this transition, and also them stepping into the future instead of trying to stay back in the past. So props to Disney for that. But anyway, leave a like, leave a comment if you guys pretty ticked about this. Just rant down below. But honestly, I'm not too bothered by it. I understand why they did it, and it's definitely a lot more family friendly. Because most people would it's a family park, so it's geared to younger kids for the most part. So, and also, it also opens up to a whole different demographic of people. So I feel like this is a great move by Disney, and Splash Mountain will definitely be missed, but I feel like this is definitely a great direction that they're going in. But anyway, leave a like, leave a comment, and we will see you guys out in the queues. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video, and we will see you out in the queues.